All right, so we have two more companies. Next up, we have MOBAlytics, and presenting are Amin Issa and Bogdan Suchik. Oh, yeah, here's our astronaut. Give him one more round of applause. Yeah, come on out, guys.
Hi. So what you just saw was the League of Legends finals at Madison Square Garden. And esports, or competitive gaming, is exciting. I'm a gamer. My name is Amin Issa, and I'm one of the founders of MOBAlytics. OK, it worked. So MOBAlytics is the first analytics platform for competitive gamers. We measure your performance, analyze your strengths and weaknesses, and tell you how to improve. The best way to think about it is as if it's your own personal coach, and it sees what you did right, what you did wrong, and tells you how to step up your game. I've been a gamer since I was 5 years old. I got my Nintendo at Christmas, and I just kept playing and playing and playing until I found myself playing professionally while doing my PhD at the Mayo Clinic. I quickly realized that I wasn't so interested in playing professionally, but more interested in what made these players so great at what they do and how I can deconstruct that. So I went back and I finished my thesis with a focus on human performance. I studied fighter pilots for 3 years and tried to understand their performance in stressful situations. But I quickly realized that fighter pilots are not very different than gamers. They sit in a chair, they look at a bunch of visual displays, and they press buttons in response to stimuli. So I went back and I studied gamers and tried to see what set apart the professional gamers from their regular counterparts. Let me tell you, there's a whole lot of gamers. And there's even more people who watch competitive gaming than those who play. And if you look at the numbers, the finals for the League of Legends viewers numbers, they dwarf both the NBA and the MLB. And here's the crazy part, is that more than 90% of the players who watch actually play the game as well, unlike traditional sports. So there's a huge problem, and all these people want to win badly. And to do that, they consume a tremendous amount of unstructured data. So they go to a YouTube video, they watch Twitch, they read a guide, they go to a forum, they even pay up to $50 an hour for personal coaching. And what we decided to do was to create the solution, MOBAlytics. And what we do is take your performance data from the game API, we crunch it through our patented machine learning algorithms, and we give you personalized, actionable advice on how to improve. So without further ado, we'll show you how this works. Can we switch to the demo? All right, so our CEO and my friend Bogdan is going to show us, he's going to type in his name into our platform. He's going to look up his summoner name, and despite his terrible choice of fantasy names, the platform will find his match history and will analyze it. And on the left-hand side, you'll see his basic information, including the division he's in. He's in bronze, which is the worst division you can be in. So we're building this platform for him just as much as anyone else. But the real meat of our product is in the center, and that's our Gamer Performance Index, GPI. And what we do is we break your skills down into 8 critical ones. And that includes like fighting, aggression, team play, and consistency. What you'll notice is Bogdan's consistency is pretty good. Everything else is bad. So he's consistent in not really being good. And we're going to find out why. We're going to break down his fighting and see why he does so poorly. So if you go to your fighting, Bogdan, and in his fighting, you'll see a similar radar graph breaking down the different things that go into us calculating that. And what will jump out at you is that Bogdan dies a lot, which isn't good. And the reason why he dies so much is because his positioning is poor, according to this graph. But you don't need to worry about reading this graph, because we do that for you. We analyze it, and in the bottom left, we give you the conclusions, the major points from this data analysis. And here we say, frankly, your positioning needs work. So our conclusions immediately relate to the advice on how to improve. So if you look on the right side, you'll see that we tell him to improve, watch C9 Sneaky's ADC stream, which tells you how to position better. This is how we evaluate players over the long term and help them improve. But how do we look at them in the short term? Well, here's our pregame analytics. The best way to think about this is if a coach is sending a player in a ball game, he's telling them exactly what they need to focus on for immediate results. And in the center of the screen, that's what you're going to see, the critical advice. On the left-hand side, you're going to see Bogdan at the top and his team on that side. And on the right-hand side, you'll see the enemy team. Okay? And these are arranged in terms of how dangerous they are to the player. Now, if the player wants additional information about each of those enemy opponents or teammates, they can hover over and they'll receive advice on how to deal with that specific person. Also, there are icons that describe the play style of the player as well as different traits. Now, this information is given to our players every game in real time. So now you can see how we help players and evaluate them over the long term and the short term. And can we switch back to the slideshow, please? And this is how we evaluate our players and the value of our product and how we intend to make money. We're going to use a freemium model where we give you the data and the analysis for free, but to get unlimited high-level advice, you have to pay for a premium model. So there's just so much we can do, so much room for us to grow. Right now, we're focused on using in-game data from the API to generate our conclusions and analytics, but we plan to take advantage of my background and use physiologic and cognitive data, which we've already started doing, and you can see at our booth, to give a more robust and comprehensive view of player performance.
Wrap it up.
Our League of Legends beta is going on right now, and we plan to expand quickly to other games like Counter-Strike, Dota, and Overwatch, my personal favorite. Right now we have 13,000 people on a waiting list excited to use our product, and we're working with very few of them to make our algorithms more robust. Most of them come from Reddit and a referral program, but we plan to use YouTube and Twitch influencers as well as esports partnerships. Our vision is to empower all gamers to see their data, learn from their data, and improve. So join us. If you play League of Legends, please stop by the booth. We'll give you a key so you can cut through the line and try using our product. Thank you.
All right, nice work, MOBAlytics. Judges.
Love the idea, the general idea of smart learning from all sorts of implicit data in the app. Really great idea. I have two questions. One, does it help me be better at Pokemon Go at some point? But more seriously, are you guys thinking about this as a broad horizontal platform beyond gaming? I can easily see fitness and even learning specific skills and so on.
Yeah. So we really love to play games. I was working in the medical field with a lot of fitness companies, and we'd love to add our expertise, but we'd like to focus on just helping people learn to play video games really well, make them better players now.
And then are you thinking about VR in terms of actually once you get some insights, for example, let's say, your fighting skills are not up to level, are there simulations and are you guys thinking about what to do with that insight?
Well, today I played Fruit Ninja on VR. It was fun. But yeah, maybe in the future when we have something really solid, we'd love to let people manipulate their data in VR or analyze games in VR. Yeah, why not? But right now, no.
Given that you're selling better performance, do you have data that actually show that are the parameters that you're measuring and then giving feedback on actually do improve performance, or is he forever relegated to
bronze? I think he's forever bronze, but don't tell him I said that. So we're just starting, and actually one of the goals was, if Bogdan wants to tell him her personal goal, do you want to share your personal goal?
Yeah, one of the goals was to use the product to get to the challenger level. This is like one of the best level. Basically, like right now, there is like 10 million active players who are playing game and like competitive game on competitive level, and 90 million who play in just League of Legends. And like those challengers, guys, there is like only 0.5% in the world. So like I have my goal to get there, and I hope to create the story how I used our product to get there.
I think people don't realize how hard it is to be really good at video games. So I don't know, you guys probably have children, but one of the reasons is, like when I was a kid, like no one paid attention that, oh, I'm doing something. And it's very difficult to be good at games like StarCraft, League of Legends. So if you have a kid who's in Diamond or above, they're doing something right. It's hard. It's harder than my PhD or anything I've done. So it's a big deal. Yeah.
You mentioned the word coaching for the in-game analytics.
Yeah.
I assume that's not with a real person, or is it?
So we use real coaches to actually generate the insights. We have 2 challenger level coaches who are constantly putting in insights, double checking, making sure everything's okay.
But are the coaches helping people one-on-one, or the coaches building the algorithms and the learning technology?
So the coaches are right now helping to build the algorithms, but we plan to hopefully include services where you get some time with a coach if you're one of our premium model players.
Before they joined our team, they have like around 40 students, each of them. So basically, we have 2 guys who play on really good level.
So along those lines, I'm sort of thinking about Amazon in Twitch, right? Those assets, Amazon's really good at analytics. Twitch is kind of the content platform for this. So how do you think about building a moat so those guys don't build it or come after you too quickly so you could build a big company? How do you think about the defensibility? But maybe it's coaching, maybe it's something else, but how do you think about that?
So one of the things is that we feel like we have a really strong team. So I've spent the last 5 years studying both gamers and fighter pilots and human performance in a high-level lab. I played professionally. We've worked with the industry for a really long time. Bogdan has experience starting the company. We have a CTO who's very good with big data and analytics. But also, the algorithms that we generate are constantly being refined and worked on. And we plan to incorporate not just the in-game metrics, but other physiologic and cognitive tests that we've been working on to have a more robust view of performance. And also, the third factor is we have an initial network, and that just helps us make our algorithms better and better the more people who use our product. So we have more data to crunch with and more data to work with and make our algorithms robust. So we're hoping that's enough to stave off the giants, but we'll see, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any question for you. Love what you're doing. We love investing in gaming platforms. Happy to talk to you afterwards.
Okay.
I think that's a very good note to end on. Give it up for MOBAlytics.